Welcome back to the Pink Tables Fantasy League. It's been a while, actually. We skipped last week just because I was traveling in Florence, and as you can see, there's videos of Firenze. But let's go and look at the results of match week 13 and look forward to game week 14.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Welcome back to the Pink Tables Fantasy League. As you all can see, a lot has changed at the top of the table, but we'll go over that shortly. Elaine, let's just go into top game week purchases and top game week sales.
Yeah, some top game week purchases going into this week. You've got Bonucci, you've got the two Verona boys, Barak and Simeone, who I've got added to my team this week as well, funnily enough. And Vlahovic and Joao Pedro, all of them bagging goals at the moment. Bonucci off penalties, so a good option to have.
Yeah, top game week sales. We have De Silvestri from Bologna, Calabria, who's out injured until the end of next year. Veretout, which is a bit of a strange one because he was injured, but he is back, if I'm not mistaken. Immobile with an injury, and Osihmen, who's out for 90 days with that fractured face, which apparently required 6 plates and 18 nails or new screws, whatever you want to call it, in his face. Apparently, that was quite a bad break, essentially.
Yeah, you've got to feel sorry for the young Nigerian forward. He hasn't been the luckiest man since joining Napoli, with shoulder injuries, extended COVID break, now the face fracture. I think since he got to Napoli, he's probably missed about half the time.
Yeah, so looking at the formation of last week, Bonucci getting 23 points. One thing I noticed, though, going through all our teams, I don't think anyone in our league, or maybe one or two, had Bonucci, so not a lot of points gained there. But, man, if you had Bonucci as captain, you'd be shooting yourself right to the top of the table. Vlahovic and Ibra, myself and Elaine were both at that game. We both saw them score a brace. Very weird game, but very exciting. A lot of goals, 4-3 there. But overall, it's quite a mixed bag here. I don't think there's one team that has 2 players.
Yeah, very evenly distributed. The big 3 center forwards, midfielders who all bagged goals. Bonucci's penalties, Bremer bagging a goal. I'm not sure if Romagnoli got one, honestly. And Audero, of course, from some. So very mixed bag here.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we missed out last week. So I'm sorry if you were the top 3. Your name's not going to be called out, but things have changed at the top. We're going to dive in there. So as you can see, we have Snorky, who's been in the top 3 for a while now, just crushing it. He's at 749. And right behind him, we have 2 teams that are actually drawn points in second. So we have Sab White, which is a new entry. And we also have Team Juve, which is Salim, which is at 746 as well. So these are 2 new teams at the top there, Elaine. The Avengers Rossoneri did really well. I actually thought they were going to be in the top 3. The other 2 just edged them off there. But the Cristiano Carlesso coach over there was able to climb up that table quite fast.
Yeah, at one point it looked like Jack Russell winning 11, Abdallah and Ibra 11 were going to be the main contenders at the top of the table. It's amazing how quickly things can change, but Snorky holding strong.
Yeah, Snorky has been one of our OGs, let's say. As you can see, I'm slowly cruising up the table. I'm in 11th place. This is great. I've been able to do some good transfers, so we'll get there. Snorky, I'm coming for you. Ventilator as well, Elaine, was one of the original OGs who seems to have dropped off a bit. So Franco Cesar, the coach there, needs to step things up. Also on your front, I can see you moved off the 4th page, Elaine. I can see you've moved into 38th position at a cool 600 points. So you know what the goal is now and climb things up. I think you changed things around completely with your team as well.
Yeah, I've gone ahead and used my other complete shuffle. I thought that you were limited to using it only after the January break, but I saw there was an option and I've decided to mix things up. Nice. It's kind of one of those weird situations where you decide to get rid of all of the Roma players that are underperforming, and then you go watch them play the Conference League and they light it up. So if that's what it takes to get my Roma team performing in real life, I will drop everybody.
Nice. So going into the team for the week, this is actually an interesting one for me. I have not done any substitutions, and I actually probably won't plan on doing any substitutions. There might be one, which is Calabria injured, but this is my team going into the weekend. The only big question mark I had was my goalkeepers, because both of them play hard games. I have Musso against Juve, Hernandez, Di Lorenzo, and Karsdorp. Then I have Milinkovic-Savic, Joao Pedro, Candreva, Armu, which I was actually going to trade out, but he is playing Inter, and I think if Venezia have any chance of getting goals, it's going to come off a corner or a set piece. up front, I think my attack is well set up for this week. I have Dzeko against Venezia, Vlahovic against Empoli, and Arnautovic against Spezia, Vlahovic being captain. And then in my bench, I have Napoli, Reina against Napoli, Bastoni, Bologna, Empoli, Caglion, Calabria, Sassuolo. So seeing Calabria is out till January, I might do a last-minute transfer to see if maybe there's someone I can pick up that will guarantee me points, but I feel quite confident with this team.
Yeah, very solid team. Your attack line playing easy games. Yeah, your wing backs have got a bit of a tough one, especially Di Lorenzo and Hernandez. Well, all three of them, actually. I don't see Roma's game against Torino being easy either. So that would be my only question mark. And then, of course, is Musso going to be able to keep a clean sheet?
Yeah. The other
Otherwise,
option
it seems
is
well balanced.
Napoli, Lazio, which maybe without Osihmen might be a thing. But the good thing about my full back three is all three of them are playing at home. So that might be a good edge advantage right there. Actually, the majority of my team is playing home, except for my front. Okay, Elaine, let's have a look at your team.
Okay, so taking a look into my newly remodeled team, I've gone ahead and dropped both goalkeepers. I've gone and brought in Rui Patricio and Savic. Funnily enough, they're playing each other on the weekend. I've gone ahead and chosen the Roma goalkeeper of the two. The defense that I've gone ahead and put together, I think Bremer and Di Lorenzo, the only two that were kept. Rahmani, Faraoni, and Smalling being added. Smalling just back from a long-term injury, and I think he might be the difference maker in Roma's defense. The midfield, I've been really impressed with the young ex-Roma boy Fratesi, so I've gone ahead and added him to the team. He's not going to be playing this week, though, so I'm going with João Pedro Candreva, who myself and Damien have in common. Mkhitaryan been added to my team. He was a big point earner last year, and I see he's picking up form. And then one of my unsung heroes of the serieA, I've gone and added Barak to the team. I've gone and kept Vlahovic in the attack. Abraham and Osihmen being dropped. See Simeone and Martinez being added to the team. So very different. It is quite Verona heavy this game, but I haven't been really impressed with Sampdoria so far. So I'm happy to keep it that way. My only other question mark is maybe throw Bremer or Di Lorenzo in for Faraoni. But we'll see if I do that by the end of the day.
Yeah, I would say the main thing that I've been focusing on is getting a diversity of teams. And with the diversity of teams, you're guaranteed to pick up more points. I think if you're too heavy with one team, things can get a bit dicey. All in all, it's good. The one thing I would maybe just recommend on change is maybe Martinez for Dzeko, because Martinez is playing staffetta with Correa. And Inzaghi likes a top player. So Dzeko is going to be playing the full game. And Martinez is actually in ballottaggio with Correa to start. Your attack is good. Simeone is good, but I think Simeone is going to go through his phases. So, I think it's a good team. I think Simeone probably didn't cost that much, but I would look up front because that's where you're going to get your points. Vlahovic is great, but I would say, see if Simeone carries on. But the only big question mark for me, I would say, is take Martinez for Dzeko if you want an inter-striker.
Yeah. Okay. That's my question mark. Otherwise, after last night's showing, I am honestly tempted to go after Osihmen, after Abraham again. But let's see how that goes after this.
But also, last night's showing is against the Conference League.
Exactly. That's why I said let's see how this weekend goes before.
And then I think Roma's playing Torino this week.
Yeah,
I would see how it goes. But if you can still do a sub, I would recommend swapping Martinez for Dzeko this week. But who knows? Maybe Martinez scores 2, or maybe he comes off the bench. But you might be losing points there because I think Correa might be starting because he just started Champions League. So there you have it, folks. Those are our Fantasy League teams. Remember, this is for the winner at the end, which Snorky's obviously aiming for, is the €100 Amazon gift card. That will be given to the person who is at the top of the table at the end of the season. This weekend, I will be at the San Siro for Milan Sassuolo, so I'll give you guys footage for Stadium TV. As you guys can see at the top of our channel, that is our new logo for our stadium videos. But very exciting stuff.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. The Pink Table, serieA TV, Stadium TV, the whole package. And we'll see you next time on the Pink Table.